Welcome everybody back to Boost in Motion, guys. And today, yes, we're finally gonna remove the white wrap off my 2019 e63s. So guys, let's jump into the video. Welcome everybody back to Boost in Motion, guys. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Thank you. Alright, so now before I even get into the video, I'm gonna be doing this by hand. I looked at plenty of videos on how to remove a wrap. I was thinking about taking this car to my friend's shop, 63 Auto Body. He even told me months ago, hey, listen, before my transmission and motor went out, hey, live with the car, see if you really like it. And I tried. As time went on, I washed the car. I even did a buff to remove some of the hard water stains, and it was just, it's annoying. And to keep this car clean and without the dullness of the white, and honestly when it rains, the car just looks filthy. Like right now it looks good on video, but particularly for what I would want it to be, it's just not where I would need it to be. All my cars have always been shiny, and honestly I don't see the appeal on why everybody wants like a dull luster wrap. Yes, even though you can get this car with that type of finish from factory. So my car is wrapped with PPF under the wrap, which is kind of overkill for it. Doesn't make any sense, but that's what they chose to do for this car. So I'm gonna try my best to not damage the PPF, because from what was told to me, the whole car was PPF. So guys, let's jump into it. This could take a couple of hours, or I might fail miserably, but you know what, honestly I want the wrap off, and I honestly don't really care. But let's go. All right, so let's pop the hood and let's look at some of the parts. Now, I have taken my time out and look at some of the edges, and I was pulling up on some of it. So usually on the wrap, you want to do it on a really hot day, a really hot day. And honestly, like I told you guys, they did not do a good job with this wrap. Now this color is silver under. This is a silver, a high silver, not like the dark gray or the dark gunmetal gray. Now around these edges, they seem like they cut it as best as they can, but I don't know if they did it over the PPF or not. But when I lift it up over here, I want to show you guys this little part right here, right? I'll lift this part up a little bit just to take a better look. And look, take a look at that. So they did put the wrap above the PPF, but they didn't cut the PPF that good. So we don't even know how good the PPF is under this wrap. And now I pulled this up just to see how pliable and easy it is to pull off this wrap, and it does seem like it's not going to be too much. I did look at a couple of other edges around the sides and everything just to see where they have cut it. I also have my own X-Acto knife just to pick up on some edges if I really need to. But honestly, all you need is a hot day, a heat gun, and you can pull a lot of this stuff off. So I think I'm gonna start with I think I should just start off with the doors first, honestly, because they're probably the easiest to do, because they did such a terrible job with the door handle that I don't even really care about that part. So I think I'm gonna start with the door first, and then the quarter panels don't look that hard, and at least with this part, they did mess up on this part too. Some of this stuff is damaged, but we'll have to see. You see, they even put it all the way down into there. So super annoying. They popped all of this up and everything like that. So it's gonna be annoying, but you got to give it a shot. I got to see what I can do, because it is what it is, right? So guys, this is my first time removing any wrap off of any car, and I don't want to fuck it up. So let's jump into it. I just want to show you guys this little part right here, right? So the PPF is damn near cut almost even and perfect with the wrap, which is a super annoying thing. So this is why this is gonna be time consuming. See right here, and they wrapped it all the way there. They didn't even cut it real tight and close. So there's gonna be some overlapping as we go across and around. All right, so take a look. Got the PPF up, and of course it's gonna be tough. It's not gonna be easy to pull. I mean, not the PPF. I got the wrap up, and it isn't gonna be easy, but I do have on gloves, so that should help. And I ripped this part because I just wanted to see if I tried to like rush the idea what would happen, but you can't rush this process, guys. Be very patient. It may take me quite a long time to do this, but you know what? It's not a burning hot day or whatever to be able to do it. But at least I don't have to get everything done today. I could do it as I go. Like, just take my time, and I got a lot of time to get it off. So I'll give you guys an update as it goes. Alright guys, so I gotta let you know, removing a car wrap when it's not hot enough outside is actually tedious. I am listening to some audio books and everything like that, and I do want to give a couple recommendations. Don't try to pull it this way. Go pull it upwards, because it will prevent the glue residue to stick onto it. That's what I did here, but luckily this stuff is a lot easier to remove. It's also good to pull up on the edges. You might see some people just pull and rip it pieces, but I'd rather just be patient and go all the way around and then pull it from one side to the other side. It's just a lot easier that way. Also, I'm taking my time with this, man. This car, I'm gonna still drive it with the silver. You barely even see the difference. But then if you look at it from far away, yeah, it is a difference, but it's not a big, huge difference that not much people would tell, especially if you're already moving. But nonetheless, I'm only gonna try to remove the hood today, and because I want to just do it last minute, but I have this weekend to do a lot of this stuff. So tomorrow I'll start a lot earlier in the morning when the sun comes up, and then I'll just take my time and work for it. From what I looked at, it takes 3 to 4 hours to remove a full wrap. So hopefully with some heat we can do a little better. All right, so I now remove the hood wrap, and here we finally see a shiny car. The hood is obviously not closed. It was a lot harder than I think, and I'm gonna have to use some compound and glue gun for some of these spots. So definitely doing it in the heat probably would have been a little better, and this took me about an hour just to do the hood because it rained and it got cold. So nonetheless, I think I'm gonna try to attempt the 2 fenders right now, because now I kind of know what I'm doing. I think the fender is a lot smaller of an area to do, because it got edge here, I got an edge here, and I have the edge around the door and the bottom. So I think it might be a little easier just to do the fenders too. All right, so now I got the fender off about 20 minutes later. Well, not the fender, but the fender wrap off. You do have to clip this out, and I ended up breaking 2 of the little holes on it. So I'm gonna have to 3M that piece back and everything like that. But we're getting somewhere. You could kind of see the next color. I don't mind driving around with mismatched fenders. You guys drive around with your carbon fiber fenders and hood. So I think I could do perfectly fine for a couple of days. Everybody, so nightfall has came and we're losing sunlight. I could still sit out here and work because I'm under the street light, but pretty much this is as far as I gotten. The hood, the 2 fenders, and the 2 fenders. This one came off really easy and fast. This one was actually faster, and I think it's because I actually know what I'm doing a lot more. The hood was the largest because it covers the most amount of surface area. Also, I could go with gravity and pull it down. But tomorrow, I'm gonna try to take off the front bumper. There's gonna be a lot of different parts right there, and then I can choose to start moving towards the doors next. I'll start pulling off the doors. And the thing about it is the side, I don't even know what you would call it. The part that's above the windows that goes all the way across, that's one large piece. So I know this could come off with each other, but then that also goes into the rear fender over here. And then the down part. So some of these is going to be easy, like the bottom part, because it's just one direction. You can pull it. And the door and the handles hopefully should be pretty good. But I think the rear quarter panel might be kind of hard. But the front bumper is going to be the hardest because there is some trim levels here that is probably tucked under, and then I also do have the front lip. But nonetheless, we're getting there. And honestly, I'm actually liking that color way more than the white. All right, so let's tap in. Let's get to part 2 of this video. All right, so today is the next day. Now we're gonna try to move on to removing the whole front, which is gonna be either easy or hard because there's a lot of parts that may be tucked under, such as this part, but they did a terrible job at trying to do it. Then we'll move to the side pillar that moves from here back. That looks like it's gonna be pretty easy. And hopefully the doors and handles and the bottom side skirts. So hopefully we can get that done in the next 3 hours. Hopefully I can get everything done in the next 3 hours compared to the hood and the 2 fenders, which took me about 3 hours. So let's jump right into it. Also hit the like button, guys. Once again, I'm throwing this all in one video, and we're gonna jump into it. Right, so it took about 25-30 minutes to get off the front. And yeah, some of those places are gonna be very hard for me to get like behind the grill and everything, because most likely, because I had to realign this bumper. Most likely they took off the bumper and they did it separate. That's why a lot of these corners are hard to get down, especially down in there. But here's a surprise that I also found. There was an accident on this car. So they put body filler on it, and then they put PPF on top of it so it's nice and smooth. You see? One here and one here. How freaking nice is that? So those might have just been regular bumps, but they didn't do it right. They were supposed to put the body filler, paint it, and then put the PPF, but that's probably why the car was wrapped. So this car continues to have more surprises. So technically now we are finished with the front end. Now we're gonna have to move to the side skirts, the side panels, and everything like that. So let's continue. All right, so I started with the door, and I just started raising this part, and hopefully this should be easier. But once again, there's a lot of surface area, so and there's a lot of creases and everything down here too. But it should be easier because I could just go with gravity and pull it straight down, and I can put the proper leverage across it. With the hood, you don't have as much leverage as you would have with the door. Okay, got the door done. Didn't do the door handles yet, and I didn't do the side part yet. So I'm gonna do this one next. I noticed I tried to start from up and go down, and it was a little harder as I go down. So I'm gonna try to see if I can just do peel from one side and then across, because it was a little easier to do it like that on the Fender. So I'm gonna try to do that here too, because going down was actually quite tiring. All right, so we knocked off the rear door. Just got to do the second handle, which only takes a couple of minutes, but we're getting there, and the car is starting to finally look more complete. But I'm still upset about what's going on with the front bumper, so we're gonna think about a solution in that in the future. All right, everybody, so I want to show you now I have the side done. The side is now done. The doors are done. Still got to do the rear door handles. But now I'm going to work from this part up and just pull it straight back. Hopefully that should be easy. And then same thing here. I'm going to pull this one up, so when they can meet right here, and it'll be a lot easier, and I can just pull that straight across. And then the same thing with the side skirts, from one end to the other end, straight back. But it looked like they even did the underside of this too. So I don't know. I might have to unclip that piece. And it looks like it comes in two pieces. So I might save that for last. Then there'll be the trunk and the rear bumper. The rear bumper is going to probably be a little bit hard because there's some hard edges here, things you got to pull up. So I got to wait and see about that part. But let's get started on this side part. Okay, this was actually really easy to pull off. Just pulled it here, pulled it up to about here. And the same on this side. Now I'm going to come up from here, have it meet up here, and then go straight across, straight to the back to the taillights. Everybody, so I now did the sides, the rear quarter panel here, and I did on this side too. So happy that's done. So the only thing that's left over now is the rear bumper and the trunk and the side seals, and I should be go. I'm checking the time now, and we're about, I started at 9:30. We're almost 2.5 hours into this, so another half an hour will make it 3 hours. So hopefully in the next hour and a half, I could be finished. And yeah, we'll technically have a brand new car. So getting the rear bumper done, and I gotta say, these little parts are showing you so much about people's work. So from what it looks like here, behind this they still put a little bit of wrap, and then they put the wrap over it to get a better seal. So I'm actually learning a little bit of stuff like that, especially that they probably popped this light out just so they could get into these little parts here, which I get, and how some spots are just super hard. It was really hard to get this part off, but once I got to here, it's a little bit easier. But we're almost finished on the bumper. Right, so I think we finally could say the car is silver. still got so much more to do, like the side skirts down there and the trunk. But right now, the major part is basically taken care of. I'm gonna work onto this trunk lid, which may be an issue because of this duckbill. I don't know if this duckbill is 3M'd on. It look like it is. Yep, it's 3M'd on. So pull this off, and I also have to deal with my license plate and a couple other stuff. So we're almost there. All right, everybody. So this is the new old color of the car. Now there is so much residue that I'm gonna have to remove in the next week. I already have like the glue gone and different solvent that could be used for like bird doodle or like sap and stuff like that on different parts of the fender and amongst the car. Then I also have issues like this, the parts that I couldn't get to. So I know that will actually take a little bit more work, like unscrewing some of those parts behind the splash guard, or even in this case, removing the whole front bumper to get to some of those parts and then taking apart those separate parts. But the crazy part, I gotta be honest with you guys, is now knowing that I have that issue there, those two things, how am I gonna hide that in the future? I could take off the bumper and everything, but then I'm still gonna have to put it back on. So I might look into some kind of maybe overlay, sometime to make a splitter overlay that goes over these parts. That could be a cheaper fix. Or I can take the bumper off, get the bottom part just painted black, or repaint it the same silver. Not the whole bumper, but just that part, especially that it's PPF'd. The side doesn't look too bad. It actually came off pretty good. And same thing for the rear end, the rear parts right here with the rear valance. I know I could probably take this part apart a lot easier, because I can lay on the floor and I don't have to do as much stuff. The front bumper is going to be a lot more. Also, what I realized is with these sensors, they just painted them with like whiteout. So I'm gonna have to put a solvent on there to get rid of that part. So it's probably silver. Hopefully it's silver under there, but it's just whiteout. So I'll just wipe that off, and that should actually work. And the trunk lid, I just have to redo the trunk lid lip. But I also messed up by removing the PPF that was here by accident. So it's not gonna have any PPF on this part. So it has PPF on the top right here, but there's not gonna be no PPF right here. But nonetheless, I finally got a lot of it fixed. I got a lot of it taken care of, and honestly, now we got a silver car. So I'm gonna, the next week or two, I'll take care of what I can on my own. And also now I can actually put the decals on. Also, I'm gonna have my friend, which is really good at detailing, I'm gonna let him go over the car one good time on his own after I try to clean up as much residue as I can. All right. So outside that, guys, listen, man, I was gonna try to get these wheels power coated before I do this, but I said bump it. I'll take off the wrap first, wash the car, and see if the silver on silver works. Right now, the wheels are completely disgustingly dirty, so of course I'm not caring to take care of it. But outside that, guys, we have a good morning, good afternoon, good night. Shout out to the whole Boost in Motion family who always continue showing your support. I know you guys already hit the like button since the start. And I really didn't make this a tutorial video. I just made it show as more of a progress video. And honestly, this is now my first silver car I've ever owned. So outside that, guys, I appreciate you guys. You guys have a good day. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Do appreciate you guys. Love you guys very much. You can also check out the 2 links I posted for some of my other videos. Also, on top of that, if you want to purchase some Boost in Motion merch, definitely check the link that I posted also. And finally, if you've been watching all my videos and you enjoy them, please hit the link to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you. Thank you.